I'm Dr. Misty Sachs. I teach in the College of Health Sciences in exercise science, and I was assigned the chapter of Stevens, which is kind of ironic considering I work in health sciences, and he was a medical student who was paying his way through his education by working the night shift, in which he had to, or which he went out with other not so savory people and basically robbed graves because they had to have specimens to utilize for their studies, but the college didn't provide them to them. They had to pay for them themselves. And obviously most of the white individuals during that time didn't want people coming and stealing their loved ones, and so they would stand guard over their grave sites. And the two individuals that Stevens was working with would make deals with individuals where they could get Negro bodies from their graves, because the black people didn't watch over their graves and didn't seem to care if they were taken. And during this particular chapter, they get to the site that they were taking the bodies from, and there were two large, two small, and two infants, so they felt that their quarry for the night was very successful. But as they were retrieving the bodies and heading back, I think Dr. Stevens, or Student Stevens, excuse me, realized or had the forethought to think about the fact that he was utilizing these bodies to help people get better, but by the same token, the bodies of the people that he was utilizing or stealing were treated so abhorrently by the people that they technically belonged to at the time. Overall, I really enjoyed the book. There were places where I cried. There were places where I was like, yes, I'm so glad that that person got what was coming to them. But I really do think that it can be a eye-opener, and one of the lines that struck me, and the main character, Cora, repeated to herself a couple of times, was that if you look out the windows on the train when you're riding by, you can see the face of America. And she never really believed it, and it wasn't until the very end that she realized that she was one of the faces of America, and her railway was just different than those that others have taken, and she had learned a whole lot, not only about herself but about the other people within this country that we call America, and that we each write our own stories, and we each get to the ends of our stories based on the struggles and successes that we go through.